Iranian teachers' strike in dozens of cities continues for second day. Iranian teachers went on strike on October 14th and 15th, holding sit-ins at elementary and high schools across the country to demand better pay and conditions and an end to the detention of education activists. Evidence suggests that the October 14th-15th protests have taken place in more than 103 cities and towns, including Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, Mashhad, Kermanshah and Ilam. The two-day strike was called for by the Coordinating Council of Teachers Union and was promoted on Twitter with the hashtag Nationwide Teachers Sit-In. Teachers complained that their meager salaries are no match for the inflation, rising prices, and the severe drop in purchasing power the country has been experiencing. Iran's economy, which critics say has been struggling for many years under mismanagement, went into a tailspin in May when the US announced its withdrawal from the nuclear deal and a re-imposition of sanctions. The CCTU reiterated in a statement ahead of the strike, out-of-control inflation and hiking prices have gripped the country, and the purchasing power of teachers, like that of many other hard-working classes, has fallen demonstrably. Absolute poverty in Iran rises to 34%. Extreme poverty in Iran has risen and reached 34% this year, the head of the workers' group in the Iranian Shura Council, Ali Rida Majou, said. He said in an interview with the local paper, the rate of extreme poverty has increased twice as much as last year, pointing out that the rate of extreme poverty has risen from 17% in 2017 to 34% in 2018. According to him, people who receive a salary of less than $2 a day are classified as living in absolute poverty. Clashing Zahedan prisoners beaten and forcefully undressed. On Friday, October 12, fights that broke out due to the stifling conditions of Zahedan prison resulted in 29 prisoners in quarantine. The next day, quarantined prisoners were taken to the prison yard, forcefully undressed, beaten by prison guards, and left outside until morning. According to one of the prisoners' relatives, tensions had reached a breaking point in Zahedan's youth ward, also known as Ward 1, which has a capacity of 140 but currently houses 350. The source added that 17 youth were injured in the scuffle, and authorities disconnected the phone lines of Ward 1 immediately after the incident. The overpopulation of Iranian prisons is a systematic issue exacerbated by authorities' laxity in addressing requests for furlough and sentence reductions, even for ordinary prisoners. Labour activist Zanya Dabigan still in custody 1 week later. It has been 1 week since 6 security agents stormed the home of Labour activist Zanya Dabigan, arresting him and transferring him to an undisclosed location. Without providing a reason for his arrest, security agents reportedly searched Dabigan's home on October 8th and confiscated some of his family's belongings, including their mobile phones. Dabigan was previously arrested and interrogated by the intelligence forces of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Australia considers review of Iran deal. Australia will reconsider its support for Iran's nuclear deal. Scott Morrison, Australia's Prime Minister, said on Tuesday, "We think after 3 years after the Iran nuclear deal, it is timely to have a good look and see whether it is meeting our objectives. Is it adding to greater stability or is it not? I think they are fair questions, and I think if we're going to say internally that we're going to look at the question again, that we should say publicly that we're doing that."